Ethan Aldridge.
Well, Kevin,
Thanks to Yang, clearly Thompson knows his role on this team. Got to admire how hard he goes on the glass. A marquee matchup tonight. Two great centers going head-to-head. Brett, talk about the attributes scouts are looking for out of modern-day centers.
I think one of the things that they look for first with regards to a big man, Kevin, is a guy who doesn't shy away from contact. I know the game is moving with a little more open pace and space, but still, your big guy's got to want to be physical, because there are times in the game, whether he's touching it in the post or not, he's got to be a presence both offensively and defensively. That requires taking a few hits.
And with the ability to pass, and other guys like Bogut, even at an advanced age, can still, I think, make a difference in that position.
Yeah, but if you look at guys like Bogut and Steven Adams, they're still willing to sacrifice their body, not for the glory of having the ball, but everything they can do for getting the ball into open space for their guards. That means hitting a guy, setting hard screens. That physicality has got to be priority one.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. B-Train out there at Rivers, and it's Black Hole. Then there's Lights Out, and it's Wolf at the 3 set. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
Man, if you're going to grab it, grab that thing. He just lazily reaches out for that, and the result is it's deflected right off of his hand.
Here's New Orleans. Outside, Davis. Dishes to Turner. Outside, Davis. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Yeah, I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
Here's Gervin. And that one comes up a bit short.
Yeah, the defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
Joseph with the ball. Lee outside. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Turner. And so here's New Orleans. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Outside, Davis. With the teardrop. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Here we go, one-on-one. And Joseph slams it home.
And nicely done. Running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
The exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish.
Davis against Joseph. Davis sets a screen. Michael Red on the wing. Dish now to Davis. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots from 12. It's deflected.
Yeah, they're a little bit cold here. 0 for 4 to get this one going.
And Joseph kicks to Lee. It's out of bounds. They are saying it was just touched by Lee. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Turner with the screen. Here's Davis. The Hornets pull it in.
And that was an easy one there. Just a missed opportunity.
Well, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
Now here's Joseph. Lee dishes to Joseph. They set the pick. Clock at 6 to the middle. Off the screen.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. Pass to Red. Turner with the screen for Red. Over Lee. Hits the front of the rim and out.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Pelicans trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
There's the steal. And there's the pass to Wolf. Charlotte shooting their first free throws of the game. First one falls for him. And so he hits both. Opening day upon us, Brent. Some teams already looked as if they are championship contenders already. Others clearly in a rebuild mode. What's the mindset of players entering the season on a rebuilding team?
Well, asking your agent, can I get a trade? they would love to get on one of those contending teams, but a rebuilding team is about making progress each month. Really, quite honestly, that's what you want to see, Kevin, is progression month to month. Each of the games, maybe chunk out a block, 20 games here, 20 games there, and you want to see just improvement overall on what your squad is doing.
And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. The Hornets on offense. They've got an 8-0 run.
Checking out the numbers for the Beast. He's coming off an excellent season. 5th for free throw shooting. 6th in shooting percentage. And of course, he was among the best in the league when it came to putting the ball in the basket. Top 10 in scoring.
And yeah, he was money from the charity stripe. Only a handful of players shot a better percentage last season. Tremendous asset. Joseph. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. For so long, the Hornets have been one of the most disciplined teams, Greg, in the NBA.
You look at how this team takes care of the ball, and from the first guy to the last, it says something about how much pride they take in that. Minimizing turnovers goes a long way in terms of winning games. It's been a part of the basketball culture with the Hornets for quite some time.
And for 3, it's in there. Davis with the assist. Red's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Lee. Rivers in the corner. And again, the Hornets missing. New Orleans has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Red's shot is right there.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Now, here's Joseph. Kicks it to Lee. And the layup falls. Lee's got his second bucket.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
Now here's Davis looking for his first basket still in this one. Turner with a screen on Joseph. Launches a 3. That one misses. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. And going against New Orleans, their first game of the NBA's regular season.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
Sort of representative of how they each finished the season. One a playoff team, the other on the outside looking in. I think things may play out the same way this year, too.
Not really his best quarter. Yeah! Freakish.
And overboard.
Wow.
Is it legal to have hops like that? I mean, how is that even possible?
Only one way to describe that, baby. Up high and down hard.
What imagination. We'll be seeing that highlight for days to come.
Now here's Davis. He's got 5. Feeds it to Turner. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. And in front of you now is a list of the players with the highest shooting percentage last season. And you look at Joseph, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
He didn't miss many easy chances last year, and he made the most of the tough ones as well. What a fantastic percentage.
Here's Davis. And it's good with time running down in the shot clock. Davis has got his first 2 points of the night.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking, jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
And here is Joseph. So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. Greg, from his one-and-done season at Kentucky, leading college basketball in block shots. We knew Anthony Davis could dominate defensively, but did you have any idea he'd be this good offensively?
None. I mean, with his length and athleticism, you knew he'd have an impact as a finisher. But the way his shooting has developed, it has been remarkable. Now, granted, this was a guy that at one point was recruited to play point guard coming out of high school, but he's playing more like a shooting guard with his skill set.
Now here's Lee. Joseph with the ball. They set the pick. Second shot opportunity. And Lee with the basket on the assist from Joseph. Joseph's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Davis softly tossed in the floor. Davis has got 7.
Terrific use of the floater, unguardable really, because you can't do anything defensively to stop it.
Here's Dio. Now Joseph. Over in the corner, Brand. On the wing, Lee, defended by Jones. Now here's Lee. 6 points for him. Shot clock at 5. Takes a 3. Thompson with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
For Charlotte, they've gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Aaron Davis picks one up. For Charlotte, they have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity strike. That's a huge factor.
Morris is checked in for Davis. Garcia, he's checked in for Charlotte. Hey, Brent, you made the NBA playoffs in your second year. Talk about the mental preparation that goes into one's first postseason as a player.
I think it's always a special time, Kevin, just because of the unknown factor. And at that time, it was the Clippers, my second season, the team that was very young and inexperienced. And so it was all fresh and new. And the biggest challenge for any coach in that sort of predicament is to make sure that players are on task and focused. We certainly were not. The Utah Jazz took care of us, and that's because of one John Stockton and Karl Malone.
And here is Joseph. Over to the wing. Wolf passes to Joseph. And the dunk by Joseph.
Hey, Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this stuff.
Well, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
And that's what we're seeing more and more. Point guards who can finish as well as they make the play.
And Davis puts it in.
And it's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Joseph with the ball. He's got 6. 1:43 left to play in the first quarter. They set the screen. Garcia's shot is good. Garcia's got himself on the board with 3 there.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
On the wing, Jones. He kicks it to Morris. Shot clock at 6. Over Graham. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Passes to Wolf. Graham, a screen on Jones. Garcia. And another 3 for Charlotte.
That screen made it impossible for the defense to put up any kind of fight.
Pelicans trail by 7. Jones kicks to Davis. Morris dishes to Davis. Thompson right side. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Big Dog's got his third rebound on the night. Garcia passes to Joseph. Here's the screen. 6 to shoot. Pushing their lead to double digits. And now a 10-point Hornets lead.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
And it's lights out with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And stolen by Garcia. Here's Campbell, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Baron Davis picks one up.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The Hornets have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Hornets on top, they lead by 12. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. Hornets leading by 12. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for New Orleans right now, Marcus Morris is out there with Gervin. Then it's Jones. That's Tony Allen. And it's Zizic here at the center, locking down the middle. Clock at 4. Garcia goes in, and that one is hammered home.
Whoa, just climbing the ladder for that 360. Stupendous hop.
Yeah, Greg, he was sky high on that finish. Here's Gervin. Not going to fall. Starting off slow, he misses his first 3 from the floor.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Guys, Tristan Thompson has one of the longest consecutive games played streaks in NBA history. He said, the mind's a powerful thing, and if you tell your brain everything is all right, you'd be surprised on the stuff you can achieve. We have the mental toughness to push through our limits. That's how you become great and test yourself as a player. Kevin?
Well, David, Thompson's certainly a mentally strong player. Always nice to have someone you can rely on night in and night out. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Jones kicks to Morris. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Can't connect from short range. Here's Campbell. 5 points in the game. Screen by Brand. And it's the Hornets another 3.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the 3-point line.
And the basket by Jones.
Back at you. That's payback for the 3 on the other end.
A little mano-a-mano there, entertaining, but you also want to keep your teammates involved.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. There's the screen, off the screen, and there's another one for the Hornets.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you could turn it up.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. So many great point guards in the league right now, guys, who can do much more than just facilitate. Brent, how has that position in your mind evolved over the years?
I think watching these point guards play, Kevin, and their ability to score the basketball has been remarkable. There have been guys throughout the history of the league that have been tremendous scorers at the point guard position, but now with the emphasis on three-point shooting and less about point guards' traditional role of setting up the rest of the team, that's why you're seeing such dynamic play from that position.
Turner with the screen. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And they can't afford to be that careless. They need him out there on the floor, so he has to avoid fouling again in this period.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Davis is checked in. There's a good screen. Campbell, the pass to Garcia. It's stolen by Jones. And now Jones running the floor. Oh!
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Pass to Campbell. Just 5 to shoot. Garcia dishes to Brandt. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between three-pointers and two-pointers tonight for the Hornets.
Guys, you got to like the offensive approach here. Scoring a variety of ways, inside and out. You look at the shot chart, and a lot of things are working for them right now.
Rivers, he's checked in for the Hornets. B-Train comes in for Big Cat. Davis kicks to Jones. Davis sets a screen. Shoots off the screen. Here's Turner, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
Boy, can he finish in the paint. That's one thing we know he's good at.
Outside, Garcia. Campbell against Jones. Campbell the pass to B-Train. Now Campbell. He has 5. There's the pick. Right side, Garcia. Clock at 4. Here's Rivers. They get it again. Pass to Campbell. To the left wing. Rivers in the corner. Wilkes controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Hornets lead by 20.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there's a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Red kicks to Turner. And Jones has it in the corner. Near the three-point line, it's Red. And it's Rivers with the rebound. Rivers has got his 3rd rebound tonight. And there's the pass to Lyons. Now the feed to Griffin. He hits that shot, his first of the night, now 1 for 6.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Outside, Garcia. And here is Campbell. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Baron Davis, he's checked in for New Orleans. The Hornets also with the sub. Lee's checked in for ABC. Turner with a screen on Campbell. Davis dishes to Turner. Back to Davis, and they double up Davis. It's Irvin on the wing, guarded by Garcia. Campbell, the pass to Lee. Here's Campbell. Back to Lee. Reverses a screen on Red. Lee. Out to the wing. Campbell, the pass to B-Train. And Garcia kicks to Lee. Back to Garcia. There's a screen. Charlotte moving the ball around. No good from Campbell. And there's a whistle that goes on B-Train. That's his first foul. Right, the NBA has a new CBA, a collective bargaining agreement. How big a win is this for everyone involved?
I don't think the league has been in a better situation than it is right now, Kevin. And for the fact that labor discussions all took place behind closed doors without anything sneaking out underneath them, I think it was great for the league. It's been great for Adam Silver. It's been great for the Players Association. So it's nice to see the train keep rolling.
Now, here's Joseph. He's got 6. On the wing, Lee. Joseph against Davis. There's the pick. Joseph with the ball. Passes it to B-Train. 4 on the shot clock. Drops in the layup for 2. B-Train's got 4 this quarter.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night. Rabbit's foot in the shoe that time. Got lucky because the pick has to be better. It made no impact, but they still got the score.
Here's Joseph. Down low. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Stolen by Rivers. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And checking out the numbers for Joseph, last season he played outstanding. First in scoring, first in assists, and we can't forget the league leader last season in steals per game, making a huge impact defensively.
And his unmatchable instincts for scoring the basketball. That's what made him #1 last year. You can't stop him, and you can't even really contain him. Thompson, he's checked in for New Orleans. Davis kicks to Thompson. Davis sets a screen. From 11 feet away, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
Not going to see that often, but Thompson outside of the paint collects 2 more.
Here's the beast. He's got 9. He dishes it to Rivers. Here's the beast, covered by Gervin. Davis against Joseph. Lock at 6. Lee outside. Buries it from 3-point range. Lee's got 9.
I love the pace he's playing with, letting his offense come to him naturally and then building upon this lead for his team.
Davis has the open look. Off target with his 3.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it, let it come back to you. Well, he's got both height and length, and that time showed them both. Sounds weird to say, but a guy 7 feet tall like Anthony Davis could be considered an out-of-nowhere superstar. In high school, he was a skinny kid on the bench, not like he's big now. But until an 8-inch growth spurt changed everything. That's why he's got those point guard skills.
Charlotte calls timeout, and Davis wasn't on the recruiting radar really until his senior year of high school.
I really cannot believe that, especially after watching the 1 year in Kentucky, winning a national championship, the most outstanding player of the tournament, the #1 pick, grabbing the gold medal. I mean, the scouts are out there, right?
New Orleans making some changes here. Zizic is checked in for Anthony Davis. Morris comes in for Gervin. And Allen subbed in for Michael Redd. And then for Charlotte, Big Dog, he's checked in for Rivers. Big Cat comes in for B-Train. And it's Garcia in for the Beast.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Davis against Joseph. And it's lights out with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Pass to Zizic. On the wing, Morris. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. On the clock, Allen's shot is off. Hornets leading by 21. Kicks it out to Garcia. Screen by Lee to the inside. It's stolen by Davis. Morris kicks to Allen, and he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle too.
They did a better job of getting it inside in that first. They've lost some of that physical edge here.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Joseph got a piece of it. Deflects the pass. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Morris outside. The screen from Thompson. The offensive rebound. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Tristan Thompson is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. So to do that, you can't be afraid to throw your weight around.
So he gets them both. There's the pick. 4 seconds left, and Joseph slams it home.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the jumper.
Well, that's a play that only works by practicing over and
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And welcome to halftime. Hey, what a fantastic. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Charlotte in control. They are in control of this game, up by 18. Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, we can't look past the huge contribution their benches provided.
And Tom.
Welcome back to New Orleans as we take a gentle cruise down the Mississippi River before returning to action. Hornets leading by 18. Tipping off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. Lights out there with Lee. And it's the Beast. And it's Rivers. And it's B-Train in at the 4. Here's Davis. And Davis throws it down.
that play was all about AD and his hustle. Just a great job snagging that board and dropping it in.
Here's the Beast. They set the pick. And Joseph kicks to Rivers. B-Train passes to Rivers. Here's Joseph, and Joseph slams it home.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, Pop Man is going for the jugular.
Turner with the screen. And Davis, here we go. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rivers. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Here's Gervin.
They got to hope to turn it on soon. 1 of 4 so far. And they know they got to be better.
Joseph, the pass to Wolf, and that's a foul called on the Beast. That's his first foul. That's his first personal foul. Pelicans trail by 18. Red dishes to Davis. Turner with the screen. Back to Davis. Clock at 6. Shot from the top of the key. That doesn't doesn't go either for Davis.
They're 1 of 5 to begin this half, guys, and they have to address this problem quickly or this could get out of hand.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Right, you're down by double digits. You have to play with maximum intensity just to have a chance to come back. Not seeing it here.
Davis sets a screen. Red with the ball. He's picked up by Lee. Fred's shot is right there. Here's B-Train. He's got 8. They set the pick. And Joseph kicks to Rivers. Pass to B-Train. Contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And over the past decade, we've seen the creation of several super teams. How hard is it to manage the various egos and make sure the touches are the same, or at least they understand why the touches are being doled out the way they are?
I think the teams that have great management and great coaches that are in touch with these guys, Kevin, understand what type of player are you getting, doing your homework and understanding, are these guys at a situation in their careers where they're still needing to prove something, or are they ready to get down to the business of winning? If it's about winning, that ego goes out the door.
The execution on point, just terrific timing on these passes.
I really like the idea that his teammates are waiting until he's in great spots to finish off the possessions. Everything's working.
Here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of last season's top three-point shooters. And you look at Joseph, he's absolutely deadly from outside. Of course, ABC is right there as well. Another sniper. He'll hurt you from three-point land.
What shooting we saw from them all season. I mean, I'd love to see these guys in a game of force. They'd probably be draining shots from midcourt.
Here's Lee, and Lee with the stuff.
And you got to like what they're doing offensively, executing at a high rate and starting to pile it on.
Yeah, we're sitting here midway through the game now, and we're starting to see them take more and more. That just happened.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Davis drives in. It's deflected. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And the bucket counts. Three-point chance here. It's going to be on Michael Red. Free throw good, Joseph.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Lee against Red. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line, so hard to ask for much more than that.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Jones is checked in. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Joseph against Jones. The pass to B-Train. Back to Joseph. It's tipped. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And then Jones with the jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Well, terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Joseph against Davis. Now here's Joseph. He's tightly guarded. 6 to shoot. Passes it to B-Train. And Jones sends it back. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Guys, with the Hornets' length and mobility at the 2-3-4 positions, the team switches a lot defensively. Coach Steve Clifford said, you have to deal with mismatches at times, but it makes defense simpler. Those guys, they're all big enough, strong enough, and competitive enough, they're going to battle. Kevin?
And having that kind of versatility on defense is huge. DA, thank you so much. Charlotte moving the ball around. Here's Lee. Has to be tried. Takes it off the glass. B-Train's got 4 points in the quarter.
And those close-range shots are what you want him taking. They always have a great chance of falling.
Head kicks to Jones. He feeds it to Davis. And it's lights out with the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's number 4. Definitely something you keep track of as we move forward.
And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. And a look here at the shot chart for Lee.
And this is a grown man shot chart right here. Not too much going on outside, but look at how things are for them in the paint. They are attacking the rim and not settling for the jump shot. And right now, it's paying off in bunches. If I'm them, then I'd continue to do the same thing going forward until an adjustment is made.
Big Dog is checked in for Charlotte. Big Cat comes in for B-Train. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Wolf passes to Big Dog. And here is Joseph. He's got 20. Brand outside. Back to Joseph. 5 to shoot. Davis with the double team. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. And Lee with the stuff.
When he felt the double team coming, quickly located the open man.
New Orleans has gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well. That's tipped. Red outside. That shot missing. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That will be their 2nd of this 5-game road trip. Oh!
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. Lee against Jones. Davis in the corner. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Great effort from Anthony Davis to take the hit and drag himself to the free throw line.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And converted more than 4 out of every 5 free throw attempts last year. So just solid at the line.
Allen's checked in for Gervin.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Jones dishes to Allen. Davis setting the pick for Allen. Red, a screen on Joseph. Back to Jones. Kicks to Red. Davis sets a screen. From 12 feet out, it's deflected. Here's the Beast, guarded by Red. Allen against Joseph. Screen by Brandt for 3. Sinks the 3-pointer. 14 points for the Beast.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Jones kicks to Allen, and it's lights out with the foul. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Yeah, that's number 5. One more, and he is going to be done for the day.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for New Orleans. Marcus Morris comes in for Michael Red. And the wide open shot from Morris. A 3-pointer is right on target.
Firm screen set by Davis there. That got his teammate a great look at the rim.
Now here's Joseph. He's got 24. Picked by Lee. Out to the right wing. Here's Wolf. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Shoots from 14. Again, the miss by Morris.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
And when Marcus Morris gets a defender in a one-on-one situation, Greg, he feels the most at home.
And part of that might be from going up against his twin brother all the time when they were young. Marcus Morris has a great knack to find a shot he likes. Terrific with his mid-range.
So far, he's a can't-miss player. A superb scorer who plays to his strength.
Davis with a screen on Joseph. That time Thompson kicks to Davis. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Outstanding job by AD to get close to the basket, get the ball in great position, and force the defense to resort to fouling.
Charlotte making some changes. The Prophet comes in for the Beast, and it's Campbell in for Joseph. Here's Campbell. 7 points in the game. There's the screen. Over to the left wing. On the wing, Lee. Stolen by Allen. And now the Pelicans on the break. Here's Davis. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Davis has got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
Campbell with it. Charlotte calls timeout.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis and get away from the sloppy fouls.
Aaron Davis is checked in for Anthony Davis. Right side, Garcia. Pass to Campbell. A 3 ball. It's good from long range. Campbell's got 10 points.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Allen against Lee. Allen left side. Thompson a screen on Grant. Morris kicks to Davis. Just 5 to shoot. And it's off from 3-point range. Here's Lee. And Lee with the stuff.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads.
Allen's shot is off. Charlotte has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. 1:19 left in the third quarter of the game. There's the pick. Back to Lee. No one near him. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Morris a screen. Jones, no one around him. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got his 4th assist in this one. And there's the pass to Big. Charlotte moving it around. 43 seconds left in the third. Garcia passes to Lee. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Zizic is checked in for New Orleans. And a switcher also for Charlotte. ABC's checked in for Lee. Now Campbell. 10 points for him. To the wing right side. Thompson with the rebound. New Orleans has gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And a fast break now for the Hornets. And finished off by Brand.
Yeah, good job with the anticipation, and then the quick hands results in points off the break.
Now, sometimes you calculate the risks, and he did it there, but couldn't have turned out any better.
Davis with the bucket.
A terrific use of the floater, unguardable really, because you can't do anything defensively to stop it.
And that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. And so it's Charlotte going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Forget about the scoring, let's compete.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. The Pelicans shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Morris is out there with Thompson. Then there's Allen. And it's Baldwin in at the 1. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Brent, it's amazing how the three-point shot has evolved and how much it's being used. And some teams now almost entirely perimeter-based. That three-point shot is the first thing out of their mouth. Can you see a team winning a championship that way?
I saw teams win championships. That's the Warriors and the Cavs. If you look at what they did from the three-point line and the type of damage they did, Kevin, that absolutely was a huge reason why they were championship contenders. You could even look at teams that are qualifying for the playoffs as usually 6 or 7 teams that are in each conference. Of those 8, Kevin, are proficient three-point shooting teams.
And so Garcia nails both of them. Here's Allen. One minute now into this fourth quarter. There's the pick. Just 5 on the clock. Morris inside, guarded by Garcia. They get it again. Zizic, and that's good. A nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
I like the physicality there on the glass on full display. Great at hitting the boards and then capitalizing off the second chance opportunity.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Campbell kicks to Garcia. Pass to Campbell. Out to the right wing. Hits the three-point bomb. And that's now 9 points for ABC.
Failure to extend the defense, not going to get you back in this game.
Yeah, it's just a big mistake against a great shooter. It feels like they just completely lost their focus.
Allen outside. Shot off the screen, and he drops that one in.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
They get a hand on it. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Campbell, the pass to Lyons. Here's Campbell. Left side, Garcia. Off the screen.
Oh, man. Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Allen kicks to Baldwin. Morris with a screen on him. Thompson outside. Here's the screen. 6 on the shot clock. New Orleans moving the ball around. It's Allen with the drive. The putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, maybe the shot selection in the first half took him out of a rhythm, but in the second half, he's making everything.
Here's Dio. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. From downtown. And here is Campbell. Back to Garcia. 5 to shoot. Pass to Campbell. That's tipped. Here's Baldwin. Campbell defending. Baldwin kicks to Morris. Shoots over Garcia. Another one falls for New Orleans.
The polished mid-range game of Morris. Some of his best shots come from about that 12 to 20-foot range.
Now here is Brand. Campbell with it. Screen by Brand. Out to the right wing. Outside, Garcia. Brand, a screen on Morris. Garcia, the pass to Campbell. 5 on the clock. Back to Garcia. Launches it. Up again. Passes it to Campbell. Brett, if your team won't be competing for a championship, talk about the balance between giving your first-round picks or young players the playing time they need to develop against making them earn their minutes. That's a very fragile movement back and forth.
I agree, Kevin. Such a tight rope to walk because you don't want to upset veterans on your team who still want to go out and compete on a nightly basis. And you also want to make sure that your rookies just aren't opening the door for them to go out and do whatever it is they want to do on the floor because of your team's situation. So I think that's where the communication between the coach and the staff and how it is that the player is developing, you just don't dole out the minutes for that player's progression.
Here's Thompson. Thompson, it's good.
That's what Tristan Thompson does best, just working the glass and working the D over.
Now Rivers. They set the screen. Campbell, the pass to Garcia. Dishes to Rivers. Garcia against Morris. Shot to end this cold run. Pass to B-Train. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
Morris against Garcia. Pass to Campbell. Fires the three. Trains the three-pointer.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been... on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Baldwin kicks to Lee. In other sports, the drafts have so many rounds, the scouts have a lot of work to do, but with only 2 rounds in the NBA draft, Brent, can the GM really just cover most of it?
I think the GMs, at least the smartest GMs, Kevin, have a great team behind them that gets out there, gathers as much information as possible, and does as much in terms of not only the play, but the player, the dynamics of the player, his characteristics, what he's about. To bring all that information to a general manager and present it to him before the draft, teams do a great job of targeting guys that they think are going to enhance their roster.
And now the international realm comes into play too.
Well, if I signed you up for my Mediterranean scouting service, Kevin, would you do it?
Yeah, I do it for free.
I'll see you over there.
The Beast, he's checked in for ABC. Shot clock at 6. Here's Baldwin. And it's Rivers with the rebound. Rivers has got 6 rebounds in the game. Basket, good. 16 points for the Beast.
Out quickly, then the beautiful execution. You can't do it any better.
There's running the floor, and then there's running the floor with purpose, and I love the energy on this play.
The screen from Thompson. To stop the run. Morris, no good.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contest it.
Here's Wolf, another shot, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And the Hornets making a change here. Lee's checked in. Hey, Brent, in other sports, later draft picks often become all-star level players. That seems to be much more rare in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure, Kevin, and there are a lot of great finds for NBA teams in the second round and even late into the second round as guys who make solid contributions, not only to their team right away because they might be more mature players that are passed over because the young guys show potential. I think that scouts do a great job of finding that rare talent. Maybe they're selected a little bit more early than they would be in previous drafts. There's much more information.
No way.
I mean, just beautiful.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. And there's the pass to Zizic. Count that bucket. Zizic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, fantastic awareness, finishing with ease at the rim, and the defense was just not a factor.
Charlotte calls timeout.
Start.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game. Lights out.
And he's been the man running the show for them, and boy, has he done a great job. He's up in the double digits in assists, and more than a few of those have been of the spectacular variety. For them to be successful, his passing has to be a key component, and tonight it was on display.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Charlotte making some changes. Big Daddy's checked in for Rivers, and Fresh subbed in for the Beast. Lee against Lee. Lee passes to Dietrich. Charlotte moving it around. Shot clock at 5. There's a good screen. Lee goes in, buries it down low. Lee's got 24.
And to give a ton of credit to the screener there, that was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Thompson passes to Zizic. Here's Morris. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
And when he's aggressive, watch out. Morris finishing through the contact, now going to the line to try and add one more.
And free throw good for Morris. Brent, we know the regular season is a grind. We also know that revenue is king. Could you imagine a time when we'd actually have to play more than 82 games?
That's interesting, Kevin, because a lot of the times the argument you've heard over the course of the past 5 or 6 seasons, Kevin, is the opposite of that 65-game schedule. Why not reduce the schedule? Stars playing in every game, less back-to-backs, more time for recovery. So the idea of 82 games being extended beyond that, I don't think that that's in the realm of possibility.
65, 68 games. They had that shortened season a couple years ago. It was terrific to watch.
It was, and so we'll see if the league does that. But in your question alone, Kevin, you said it. Cash is king. 82 is the number we're going to settle in, I think, for quite some time.
Here's Lee. Good work defensively by Morris. For New Orleans, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Lee kicks to Baldwin. The screen from Thompson. That's a 2 from Lee, and he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick.
He's got no problem shooting off the pass, trusting his teammates will get it to him.
And it's the Hornets' ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Passes it to Campbell. Picked by Lee. Here's Campbell. They set the pick. Back to Lee. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Lee's got 7 here in the second half. Well, for New Orleans, shooting 53% from the field in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for more than that from your offense.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength. Poor Charlotte.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Joseph.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
And Lee with the stuff.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
Tonight they have stuck with what they do well, handling all the exterior pressure, and they're likely to come out on top here.
Here's Doyle. No good there.
And when Morris is playing with intensity like this, his defense can really shine through.
So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge.